Welcome to a special BTS feature on breast cancer awareness. This discussion sees two powerful ladies taking a deep dive into Lois Walters' story of not just surviving breast cancer, but instead thriving. Lois is guided through the discussion by Monique Whitfield, who has lost her mom to breast cancer. We hope this feature will encourage and empower someone who needs it. Stay tuned.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another series of Beneath the Surface. Of course, it's October and it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's a time of year when we stop to honor our unsung heroes who are fighting breast cancer. And we grieve with the families who've lost their loved ones and who are still carrying the torch for them. Today, we have with us breast cancer survivor Lois Walters. Now, Mrs. Walters is a principal director in the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service, and she is also the first female president of the Human Resource Management Association of Jamaica. Lois, thank you so much for joining us and welcome.
Thank you, Monique, for having me. I like to be here, and thanks for having me here.
My name is Monique Whitfield, and I will be taking you on the journey with us. Now, Lois, let's get into the meat of the matter. When did this all begin?
All right, Monique, this started in 2017. I got emails from the organization that I did my mammogram at, and I was getting lots and lots and lots of emails. And the emails kept saying, come and do. And I knew I wasn't due because I do it every year. And so I was not due. To cut a long story short, it was a glitch in the system. But that glitch saved my life because that glitch, when I went to do the test, that's when we discovered, that's when we discovered that there was a tumor in my breast. And when I did all the checks, we discovered that there was two. And they were in deep tissue. So it's not something that you would find by self-examination. Only a mammogram and an ultrasound would find that out. So it's very important to do the checks because some of us, have denser breasts than others. And so some things are not seen readily by self-examination.
Mm-hmm. What was your reaction when you first found out?
I cried. But, it was scary. My mom had died about some years before that, 2014. And so when I first heard, I cried. But I had a doctor, you see, Monique, who poured into me. It's fascinating. The doctor said, you're from a praying family. You have people who are praying for you. Don't worry about this. You'll get through this. And that for me helped me a lot in those early days. I remember when I found out, I called my husband and I said to him, I need to see you. And I said to him, are you at work? And he said, yes. I said, I'm coming to see you. He said, why? I said, when I come, I'll tell you. And then we just sat and spoke and said to him, well, it appears that it's going to be this. And then we battled it together. From there, we battled it together. And I had good support. So even though you found out, I had faith that I would do my utmost best from my end, because it's not something you can do what the doctors want you to do, but as you say, it's a journey. It's a journey. That's put it that way.
And I must add that the support is very, very, very important. As you know, I would have gone through this situation with my mom, and I believe that it is the support that we gave to her that really kept her strong and grown.
Definitely.
We tried to make her laugh,
Mm-hmm.
to be happy and
Right.
life and enjoy every experience.
Right.
So I am saying this to our listeners to say, if you have anyone out there with a family member, a friend who is going through this, support, be
Support.
positive, and
Support is
pray.
key. Yeah,
Support is
support
absolutely
is key because my children supported me. They
mhm,
I remember they went to a dental appointment, and they told the nurse, and the nurse said, "Is there anybody who needed prayer?" And they told the nurse, and they had me prayed for. My siblings, I have three siblings. They're all older than I am, and they supported me. My sister would fly in every time I had surgery to do. She would just come and just be here for my children, be here for me. My brothers would come and call and just be here. My husband was there. I had a caregiver here when I was sick, and she would pray, and she would make sure I eat and make sure I was doing stuff. So you had friends, had prayer persons who were prayer warriors who would come to look for me, and they would just pray for you, or they would call you on the phone or send you stuff. So support is key, Monique. When you're
but
going through, it is key.
mhm. Explain to me the feeling you had when you had all these individuals around you who were just praying and who were just your stronghold.
It gave you the courage to go on.
Mhm,
One of my friends gave me something that says, "Be courageous." That kind of support. And I had support in way, like my husband would say, "Lift up your head, man. Don't feel sorry for yourself." I had a doctor
mhm,
who said to me, "It's just a piece of skin. It's just a piece of skin. You are not sick. Stop walking like you're sick. Stop walking and holding it." He said, "Hold up yourself. Walk properly." That kind of support helps you to own your own story, helps you to own yourself. The support helps you, and then it strengthens you. But in the end, it's your journey. Persons
mhm,
can support you to a point, but they can't be there with you. Sometimes it's just you and God alone, because you might have people around you, but you and God have to be there for each
right,
with each other. Because
mhm,
God, you have to. I remember I would listen to gospel songs. And one of the songs I like to listen to is Mary Mary. I don't know if you know Mary Mary, but Mary Mary has a
mhm,
song. "I just can't give up now. Come too far from where you've brought me from. Nobody told me it would be easy. Or
mhm,
I just can't give up now." And there's this poem that says, "Don't quit." It's a poem that was written in the 1800s, but it's a powerful poem by John Greenleaf Whitaker. It says, "When things go wrong, as they sometimes do," and then it goes on to say, "Rest if you must, but don't quit." And
mhm,
you can't quit. You have to keep going, to your last breath. You have to keep going and keep fighting, Monique. So support
mhm.
support helps you to do that. Support, so you have given your best, and helps you to be at peace with yourself, so that no matter what happens, you did your best in the situation.
Right.
Mm.
Well, you said several things earlier that I want us to dissect. And the
All right.
first, you mentioned your sister. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I understand that your sister also went through this and you found out shortly after she recovered,
Mm-hmm.
right? Tell us
Right.
about that.
Well, my sister is a very strong individual. So she was able to pour into me and
Mm-hmm.
say, "We've got this. You can do this," you know. we are overcomers. So, when persons say, oh, you are a breast cancer survivor, I say, no, I'm not a survivor. I almost corrected you when you said it. I'm a thriver. I'm an overcomer.
Yes.
So my sister strongly believes in us living each day, giving the best we can, living for God to the best we can each single day. And that's
Mhm.
important. That's important to work it through, because sometimes it's not something you plan for. It's something that comes, and you have to now say, okay, what do I need to do? And even though we're sisters, we had different journeys. you know we had different journeys, we had to do different things, we lived in different spaces, but we were there for each other. Thank God for technology, Monique. We i talk to my sister morning and evening every day.
Mhm.
So you when you have somebody who understands the journey from the inside, it
Mhm.
helps to give you the courage to go on. And that's what she did for me.
Right. Awesome. I'm happy to know that. The next part that I want to dissect is that you mentioned your children, that they had an appointment and they told the dentist that you needed prior. It is key for us to understand, how old were your children at that time?
My children at that time would have been 13, 12. Yeah, the eldest would have been 12,
Mhm.
10, and 3.
3.
Uh, yeah.
They
And
were your.
so, so they're your world. So you say, I said, Lord, in Jamaica we have a saying, you want to see your children pass your worst. I said, Lord,
Mhm.
I don't see them pass the worst yet. So I need you to keep me. It's not that they are old enough to fend for themselves. And I had seen the pain they had gone through when my mom died. And I asked the Lord to keep me for them,
Mhm.
because I know it will be hard on my siblings, it will be hard on my husband, but I know it will be doubly hard on them if I didn't
Mhm.
make it. And so I said, God, please help me to live so that I can help them and be there for them, to guide them and work through. So they were pretty young.
Mhm.
They were pretty young in this. And they they each had to wrestle with it in their own way. My baby girl didn't quite understand what was going on. She just knew I couldn't lift her up anymore. And she, it's hard to tell a 3-year-old you can't lift them up.
Mhm.
And my boys had to go to it. I remember one saying to me, Mommy, does everybody that get cancer die? And so it brought it home, and you had to work it through, and you had to say some do and some don't. And that was painful. you know One of my sons investigated everybody, or those, he said to me, so and so had breast cancer in Jamaica, this famous person or this person. So he would tell me, and that kind of thing. That was his way of dealing with it. So they had to work it through, and you
Right.
had to carry them through too. And it's, I guess, for them now, they're older now, they understand,
Mhm.
particularly the older ones understand what I've gone through, and they support me. They don't even want fly to brush on me if we go somewhere. They want to make sure that I'm that I'm fine. And I'm sure you would have known that kind of thing, Monique. You would have done the same, and you had done the same. And
No, very much.
yes, so you did the same, and you did your best. And that, what, with this journey, you have to say, doing your best in the situation. That's all you can do, from either
Mhm.
side, from whether you're the supporter or the one being supported. That's all that's required. And God carries you through each stage and every step. Yes, ma'am.
Mhm. And then you talk about your surgeries. How many surgeries did you do,
Many.
and why?
Um, won't talk about all of them now, but I
Okay.
can I
That's okay.
can say that I did around 6.
6 surgeries.
Some
Wow.
of them were combined. I remember the
Mm-hmm.
longest one being 7 hours.
Wow.
But they are basically all related to the
Mm-hmm.
fight,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And it was a lot. I remember once I had the surgery to do and they couldn't find my veins because chemotherapy had burnt up the veins. So they said, when I did the first one, they said, oh, they found it easily. By the second one, by the time I did the second one, I had just finished chemo, and they had to run the tube from my foot. So it was from my foot. Yes, from my foot. It was from my foot, not my hand, but from my foot. But I remember I
Wow.
remember saying, when everybody we had like 4 doctors trying to find, and it took them about an hour to actually find something that works. And it was from my foot. But I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
That was my
Yeah.
lifeline. But I am here. I am here,
You are
Monique.
here. What do you have to say to the people out there who are struggling in this moment with breast cancer?
I would say keep the faith. I would say keep on fighting. Give it the best you can. I would say reduce your stress. Don't stress over it. I would say develop an overcomer mindset. Monique, I would say to them, you know, eat well, take care of yourself. You know, don't as I said on another program, I said, don't go be so radical that you don't eat properly that you can't do your treatment. You can always go radical afterwards, but you need to eat properly, especially if you are doing treatment, especially doing something like chemotherapy. You need to eat. You don't feel like eating. Your taste buds are shattered, but you need to definitely take care of yourself and love yourself. Do something nice for yourself each day. And so I would say take care of your take care of yourself. Love yourself in it. Love yourself in the moment, in and still live your life. Even though I find that sometimes, because people are sick, they're so sorry for themselves, they don't leave the house. They
Mm-hmm.
just go to treatment. No, you need to leave. I remember getting up and being dizzy and saying, okay, all right, sit down, catch your breath. Sometimes I would, I remember once when I was with surgery, we packed up the vehicle with pillows so that we could do a family outing. Everybody was going to the beach. I couldn't go in the beach. I love the beach, really love the beach. So COVID is not doing well for me right now. But we
Mm-hmm.
couldn't, I couldn't go in the water. But we packed up, and I wet my feet. I sat on the sand,
Mm-hmm.
so do you might not do things the same way that you would normally do, but do it. Take pictures, take pictures. I remember going to somebody. I remember going to a friend of mine's 21st birthday party, and I was bald, so I wore a wig. I did. I just went. So do what you have to do. Do what you
Mm-hmm.
have to do. When you're struggling, love yourself though. Love yourself, love others, pour into others, and I know that this too, one way or the other, will pass. It will
Mm-hmm.
pass, one way or the other, whether on this side of Jordan or on the other side, but it will pass. Nothing lasts forever. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow you, Monique, all the days of your life, right? And so you walk like that. Though I walk to the valley of the shadow, though I walk in the valley of the shadow of death, I'll fear no evil. So scriptures
Mm-hmm.
like that, speak to yourself, speak to yourself, and encourage yourself, and be kind to yourself. Because sometimes
Mm-hmm.
people don't make, forgive yourself. Because sometimes you say, if I had gone, or if I had done this, or if I didn't let negative people get in me, you're probably lament over a lot of things. Why and this and that? No, just forgive yourself and forgive others,
Mm-hmm.
and just love yourself, right?
Okay. So the final question is,
Mhm.
you mentioned that you made some lifestyle changes. What are they?
Well, in terms of lifestyle changes, I started to go to my bed, Monique. I used to wake up at 2 a.m. and I go to bed at 11. Some days, quite a bit of days, up working at that time. I don't do that anymore. You know, I also don't eat certain foods, simply because the doctor said to me, stay away from some foods. For everybody, it's different. Everybody gets a different journey. So for me, I don't eat beef and goat anymore. But I eat chicken, I eat pork, I eat fish. You know, I try to exercise. And that part of the journey is not so. That part of the journey is not so, if you know what I mean, the
Mm-hmm.
exercise part, but we're working on it. So I started again this morning, so that I could be able to tell,
Oh, awesome.
yes, I started
Awesome.
again this morning. I did a 3 mile walk this morning. And when I was, and one of the things I did after the journey was that I did 5Ks. I did 4 5Ks last year.
Oh,
And
really?
I said, yeah, I said, okay, I've not done a 5K. Let's do it. I'm not going
Mm-hmm.
to be the person who comes first. A lot of people are going, I enter the run section, and I walk,
Mm-hmm.
run, walk, run, walk. So, I probably will be the slowest runner, but I don't care. I'm just having a good time. Give
Yeah.
myself that space. And so those changes like that, and I, try to encourage my children to be healthy, you know, to be healthy in how they eat and stuff. We are trying and working on that, but children are children. But you know, all of that.
Mhm.
So different
Yeah,
different lifestyle change, and trying to do something nice for myself each day and reducing my stress. That is very important though. Sleeping
mhm.
and reducing your stress is also very, 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 very important. And that I'd recommend to everybody. Reduce your stress and get enough sleep. Take care of yourself. Eat properly. All of that.
Mhm.
Yes,
I know
ma'am.
I had said finally,
Yes,
but
man. That's
there's
all
just
right.
one
There,
more,
there's
one
one
more
more.
thing.
Okay, no
Just one
problem.
more.
No problem. No problem. No problem.
I know I asked you to speak with speak to the individuals who are going through right now. I
Mm-hmm.
want you to something to the families who are there to support, because I know it's hard. Sometimes it feels as if you are the person who is experiencing the pain,
Mm-hmm.
and you are just as hurt as the individual who is
Mm-hmm.
going through the the breast cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And so speak to some of the families out there and friends who have to deal with this.
Give yourself a break. Be kind to yourself. Right? You're taking care of your loved one, and sometimes it's hard to take a break, get some sleep. It's okay. Don't feel guilty that you're tired and that you need a break. Sometimes you just need a break. You need to be away from them for a few minutes or an hour or two, so you can, in other words, rejuvenate. You know,
Mm-hmm.
when you are taking care of them. In addition, know that they love you. They might not be able to say it, They may not be able to show, but they love you. They love you so much, and you are a lot. You are the reason why they fight. A lot of times, you are the reason why they don't give up, and they don't quit, because they love you so much, and be encouraged. And the caregiver needs to take care of themselves, because if the caregiver doesn't take care of themselves, they could end up being sick themselves just after. So you, as a caregiver, you need to do your own self-care, as in go to the doctor, get yourself checked out, get enough rest. If you need to get help, get help. If if you need to get like a nurse or somebody to rotate with you, because you can't be doing a full-time job and doing full-time care of that person. You will burn out. So it's important for you to take care of yourself as well, and be, I don't know why this thought keep coming back. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Forgive yourself. To say, sometimes people forget and they say, if I was paying attention, then this wouldn't happen to that person. If maybe I was doing too much and didn't pay them any mind. No, they're a person too. They're a full person. You're not God. You know too that you would have done the best you can, right? You have done the best you can, and love yourself for that. You have done the best you can, for those who have gone through, and the person is not here with us, know that you did your best. And they thank you. On behalf of them, I thank you on behalf of them, because they love you, Monique. Yes, you are doing very well, and I'm so proud of you. Keep going. Just know that, each day, one of the things I discovered when my mom died, that I am stronger than I thought I was. And the other thing I realized, that she gave me everything that she was possible that she could have given me. She couldn't give me anything more, because she poured it in. And same for you. Same for you. Right? Same for you. And so keep on smiling and keep on doing your best. Because like for me, one of the things I say is that I know my mom is at the foot of Jesus praying for me every day, and you just keep going, and you keep going, and you cry, and it's fine to cry, and it's fine to be, it's fine to know that it means you care. So I'm going to stop now, because I don't want you to wash away, and then but just keep on.
Thank you so much, and thank you for taking the time to speak on behalf of those who have left us, and for just being a thriver. Thank you so much. You fought well. I know your kids are happy. I know your husband is happy. Your sisters and your brothers are so happy. Thank you so much.
And you're stronger than you think. And you are stronger for it. You are stronger. Always remember that what the journey does for you on either side, whether you are the supporter or the person being supported, it makes you stronger in the end. But it starts here. I am going to be strong. So you are stronger than you think you are. I am stronger than I think I am.
Yeah.
Because, and then you just have to own this. It's just part of it. I don't know who knows. Maybe my children will maybe my children will find the cure for cancer because they saw me here. We never know. It's life is like that. And so keep going, Monique. We keep going each day.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time for coming on and being so strong and sharing with us. I'm sure this really touched a lot of people out there today. So thank you so much.
You are welcome.